What's up, B-Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Sistas on BET, Season 5, Episode 5. Episode is titled, It's All About Who You Know. So, before we go ahead and get into this episode review, you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and aren't subscribed, and do me a solid favor and stop me out of the page and have to be paid for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, giving it a big, huge thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, turning the notifications, and also by sharing this video. Guys, so with that out of the way, without further ado, let's just talk about Sistas. Alright, guys, this episode right here had me a little heated because a lot of these men had a lot of audacity in this episode, right? So you guys remember in last week's episode, Hayden went to Andy's office to let Andy know. Who's in here? Yep, it's Gary. And I was just like, so what the hell does that mean, Andy? It's not like she's married to Gary, so what are we talking about here? So you guys know that Gary is into the hedge funds, right? So I guess they got a client that's going to work with Gary, and Gary's going to work with Robin somehow. I wasn't really quite understanding the logistics of it, but that's what the gist is, right? I just really want somebody to just bust out Hayden's weakness. That's all I want, is somebody to just knock him down. Just knock little man down the pit, right? So him and Andy at one point were going kind of back and forth with each other. So Fatima came in, and then when Fatima came in, she just gave him the death stare. I was like, Fatima, just punch him in the face. Yeah, dang. So after Hayden ended up leaving, Fatima was like, what the hell was that? Like, I really don't know, but he did tell me that he's the one that set up the meeting with Gary and Rob. So Fatima says, to her, so she's actually, Andy says, so I was back here, so what's going on with you and Zach? So Fatima tells her that Zach and Aaron were both invited over to Karen's house by Lisa. It's like, oh, okay, that's a good thing. Lisa, she's gonna set things straight, right? And then she says she also invited me. She's like, wait, she did what? She's like, yeah, she invited me. She says, are you going? She says, no, I'm not going. She says, good, you shouldn't go. So then we see Gary and Robin, right? So after the meeting with the people with the hedge fund, it's just Gary and Robin in the office together, right? So Gary says to Robin, you and him have to talk about anything. I was like, say what now, Gary? Y'all, Gary gets on my last damn nerves. It's just something about Gary that irks my spirit. It's just like, Gary, she is not your possession. Why do you keep acting like this woman belongs to you, like you own her? So Gary tells Robin, so I know that you and Andy had sex with each other. Big whoop. What does that got to do with you? So he says that he loves her and she loves him. And basically trying to tell Gary that this situation, the thing that's going on between Gary and Andy is just a fling and she'll be over it. Basically, in a nutshell, he called her, it's kind of like he's trying to call her a fickle hoe. So then Gary decides that he wants to tell Robin that they need to set some boundaries. I was like, say what now? Boundaries with him about Andy. Gary, get out of here. So Robin tells Gary that he feels like you and I going forward, we don't need to communicate with each other. All the business needs to be handled through Hayden. I was like, say what now? Through who? Hayden? No, I don't think so. But let's pause here and move forward, you guys. So Andy got a phone call from Danny. So, Andy is telling, Danny that she hasn't heard anything yet and she hasn't been able to talk to Gary, not Gary, but to Robin because Robin is still in the meeting. But then she notices, wait. He's out of his meeting. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to call you back, right? So after she got off the phone with Danny got approached once again by Q. So Q is asking her what something means on this paper that he has. She says it's asking you, do you know CPR? He says, no, he doesn't. She says, that's why I told you, don't worry about it. So then, he asks her, does she know CPR? She says, yes. So then he tries to ask her, she says, and I also know, what a scrub looks like. He says, so you calling me a scrub? Nigga, if the shoe fits weird and you are a scrub, So then we see Gary. So after he left Robin's office, he went to Andy's office. So he's Andy asked him how did things go with Robin. He says they went. So then he says, "Can I see you tonight?" She was like, "I'm in the middle of something very difficult right now." He says, "Well, if you're gonna see him, just tell me." Gary, my dude, she's single. If she wants to see Robin, that's her prerogative. So then he says, "Is there something that I can help you with?" She says, "No, but he can." He says, "So you are going to see him." Oh my God, Gary, go to hell. Oh God, Gary gets on my last fucking nerves. So Gary walked out and Fatima came and she's like, "What was that?" And she's like, "I really don't know, right?" And then Fatima says, "Whatever is going on with him, I don't buy it. Neither do I. Don't trust him as far as I can throw his raggedy ass." You guys, this episode was kind of triggered, especially I think we're about to get to that part where it was triggering. I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna move forward because this next scene finna really piss me off, right? All right, you guys. So this next scene, I don't even need the notes for this, right? So Andy was told Fatima, she's like, "Well, since Gary's out of his office, let me go talk to him," right? So she went to go talk to Robin. Robin had a dank ass attitude, right? So she was like, she asked him for a favor. He was like, "Huh, you asked for a lot of favors." Now, granted, I will give Robin that, right? She does ask for a lot of favors, right? She's asked for a favor with Fatima, Zach, and now this favor. So I get that, right? But my issue when it comes to Robin is you ain't had no issues doing no favors for Andy when she was giving you some. So what we talking about here? Like, you tripping, my dude. So he asked her, "What is the situation?" Right? So she says that she tells him about Sabrina getting locked up because there's a witness that said that she was a part of the bank robbery, which we all know Sabrina wasn't a part of that bank robbery, right? And anybody with common sense would know that she wasn't. If someone is going to if someone works in a banking system and they're going to rob a bank, why would they why would they rob their own bank and put their, so stupid, right? Common sense just ain't common when it comes to this, right? So then he hit her he thought she was just, about having a good time, right? And she's like, "What are you talking about?" So he knows about her having sex with Paris. And he's questioning the caliber of men that she goes for. I was like, "Excuse you, sir? Didn't you have a threesome with her and a woman that she didn't know? And did you know that woman?" Okay, Robin. So then this bitch had the audacity to ask her, when did she last get tested for an STD? I was like, "I know you motherfucking lying. You don't ask her when she got last tested for an STD. But once again, you nasty, dirty bitch, you and her had a threesome with another woman. I would be questioning you more than I would Andy. Like, Andy didn't know. Andy didn't know the woman. I will say that. You were wrong for that one, Andy. You didn't know the woman. But I was like, you old nasty, trifling, dirty bitch." Baby, Robin pissed me off, and he was so nasty to Andy. Oh, girl, that would be sick. I would file a sexual harassment suit against him faster than he can say, "I'm sorry." So you mad at her because she had sex with the janitor, Paris. And that's real. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. That was his issue. The fact that Paris is a janitor and she slept with him. I mean, he has a job. What's the big fucking deal, bitch? Like, ooh, Robin, you ain't cute. Let's just keep. Ooh, let's move forward. Cause that pissed me off the way he talked to Andy. And y'all know I call Andy a dumb dingbat, right? But we ain't finna sit here and disrespect Andy. So then we see Gary and Hayden. I'm kind of confused as to what their plan is. I know what their plan is, but I'm kind of confused. So I don't know what how the hedge fund people are going to help them get Robin out of the company. If Robin bought into the company, when you become a partner, you buy in. You have to buy your way into being a senior or junior partner. Like, did you guys not, Tyler, did you not watch Girlfriends back in the day? Joan and William had to had to put money into being partners at the firm. So they want to bankrupt Robin. Here's the question: bankrupting Robin, wouldn't that then hurt your business too? Okay, Tyler, I'm seeing a hole in this, right? So Hayden is so gleeful about what he's done. So he tells Gary that he sent an email to Robin to tell Robin that Andy slept with Paris, the janitor. And Gary was like, "Why would you do that? She's gonna think that I did it." This is the price you pay for going and working with a person like Hayden, right? So Hayden's like, "Wait a minute, wait. You still want to get back with her? I didn't think you wanted to get back with her. I thought you just wanted to have sex with her. Don't talk about her like that." Gary, go to hell. So then Hayden asked Gary for help with Zach. And Gary was like, "I'm not going to do that." And first of all, why do you have such an issue with Zach? Because of Fatima, because he can't take rejection. And when he finally told him basically what it is, he said, "It really ain't got nothing to do with Zach, it's Fatima." And Gary said, "Yeah, no. Go to hell. Go." Ooh, can't stand either one of them. I cannot stand them. They both can go away from me. But let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. Next up, we see Karen. So Karen is talking to Lisa, right? And she's telling Lisa that she's finished all the letters. And Karen just wants to know if everything is going to be okay. And Lisa tells her, "Yeah, everything's going to be fine." I'm like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" Oh, God. You sure? Oh, God, Karen, you guys know I don't dislike Karen, but I just don't understand Karen. I don't understand Karen. It's just parts of me that just doesn't understand Karen. Karen is not in love with Aaron. We know that, right? We all know that she's not in love with Aaron, but she is still in love with Zach. And I just want her to be able to just say, "You know what? You can see that Zach is in a happy, healthy relationship. Girl, let it the fuck go. Y'all can be good co-parents with each other. It's not the end of the world, sis. It's not, right?" So, y'all, guess who the first person to show up to the house was? You guessed it. It was Aaron. Now, Lisa, ma'am, I still think you're a lesbian, but okay, girl, if you want to go ahead and flirt with Aaron, we know your T, sis, that you are a lesbian, lesbian, a lesbian. Talking about how cute he is, and he's below her age threshold. Girl, he's also below your your gender threshold. Just saying. So then we move back over to Andy's office, right? So Fatima came back in and she's telling Fatima's telling Andy she's getting ready to leave for the night. She's gonna have some friends over. She says, "Come on over." And and Andy was like, "No, I can't," right? She says, and so Fatima asks her, like, "What's wrong?" So she tells her, "Sabrina's in jail and I can't get anyone to help me. And then when I went to Robin's office, he was completely disrespectful to me. Someone told him about me sleeping with Paris." And she's like, "Do you think it's Gary?" And Fatima's like, "I wouldn't be surprised, right?" So then Fatima says, "Well, how about you come over to my place because I have a cousin who can help you, right?" So then Danny calls her back, and Andy says that she couldn't get any help from her, but Fatima knows someone who could potentially help her, right? So Danny says, "Well, I'm coming over to your place," and Andy says, "No, I'm not going home. I'm actually going over to Fatima." So Danny says, "Okay, well, you know what, girl? When I get off of here, I'm going to the bar and give me something to drink as soon as I can find somebody to pay for it." So let's pause here and wrap up, you guys. So after Danny hung up the phone with Andy, she called that random guy from the airport to go out with him. I was like, "Danny, now I don't know that that's safe. You don't know that man like that." But she asked him how deep is his pockets and he gonna take her out. Okay, girl, I wouldn't do it, but hey, you a grown ass woman. So Andy and Fatima, they get back to, it's Fatima and Zach's place, and who was outside? Deja. Um, yeah, Deja, girl. You guys know how I feel about Fatima, and girl, she just, I mean, it's just a volatile side of Fatima. I just don't like it. But Deja apologized to Fatima. Fatima says she doesn't believe it, right? So they went inside and saw Zach. Zach, who was getting ready to leave, he left. So then when they left, she got, Fatima called up, Madam, and she said she's 5 minutes away. And, Fatima was like, so she don't do stuff for free. Like she, typically asks for favors. And we know what kind of favor Fatima means, a legal favor. But I don't know how it's going to be a legal favor when Andy is a divorce attorney. And Madam gets herself into. Now, I've never, I told you guys plenty of times, I haven't watched all the Queen's Men. I do know about Madam. And what is her right-hand man's name? Blue? Ain't that the woman's name? Blue? I do know about Madam and Blue. But other than that, that's all I know about Madam. I know Blue, and I know Doc. But I don't know who Doc is. Like, I don't know Doc's face. Isn't Doc the one now? Because I've heard people talk about Doc. Isn't Doc the one that his thing was dying? Because he ties up his dick too much. You guys can let me know in the comment section about that one, right? So Andy told Fatima about the situation with Sabrina, how someone, said that she was a part of the robbery, which we all know that's a lie. So then Zach showed up to Karen's house and then back over to Fatima and Zach's home. Angela shows up, and I was like, this is interesting. Excuse me, y'all. So I'm wondering with Sistas and Zatima, I'm wondering if we're never going to see Jake again. Because you guys notice we haven't saw Jake. If you guys have paid attention, we have not saw Jake at all this second half. We haven't saw Jake. And if this timeline, so I know we've talked about this plenty of times. I know that Duvall was on a live with Crystal Renee, and he said that Zatima and Sistas were in two different universes, right? We can clearly see it's not, right? I think what it is Zatima is a few days or weeks ahead of Sistas, because if I'm not mistaken, in Zatima, which I have not finished, in Zatima, I believe that Zach and Fatima got engaged. Please don't spoil that. Don't say yes or no. I don't want to know, but I think that they got engaged. But I think that with Zatima and Sistas, I think Zatima is just a few weeks ahead of them, right? I could be wrong. I don't know. Don't really care, to be quite honest with you. But I'm wondering if I don't think we're gonna see Jake anymore. I'm thinking they're gonna probably. I'm thinking because in Sistas, Zach hasn't saw that woman from the SEC, hasn't dealt with anybody from the SEC yet. So we still got to deal with that at some point. Or are we gonna overlook it? I don't know. Y'all can answer this question for me in the comments too, because y'all know I told you guys I'm never gonna watch this show, and I have and I don't think I want to. Like, is there any crossover with the Oval and what's that other show, Ruthless? Have they? I know I don't think they've crossed over, but what I mean is like the timeline. Are the timelines different? Let me know in the comment section. So eventually, Madam shows up, you guys, and that was the end of the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Drop down in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, you guys, share the video, and until the next time, stay safe out there, you guys. Be blessed, wash your hands, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.